Hello, and welcome back to Victoria 3. We are trying to help the British take control of India so that we can ourselves get out from the British thumb. They've been in a landlocked defensive war for a very long time, but we are helping them finally clean up the rest of this stuff because we are the only general who's got the cojones to do it. It's been a slow process, but in the meantime, we're doing okay. Hudson's Bay has been coming along. We're ready to confederate with the rest of Canada. We just have to be out of this war in order to do it. So we're going to keep cruising along. We have no laws to pass, but we are building lots of stuff. We are building basically constantly, and it's been fantastic. It's been very good. We're building fast. We're building, one might even say furiously. Honestly, I might add in some more construction slots. Because the more construction slots we have, I don't know what else to build right now, and we're actually making money even while building. So if I can slap a few extra constructos down, that'll make everything better for everyone involved. We are extremely low on convoys from supply routes. Certainly those aren't supplies for our armies, because Lord knows our armies aren't doing nothing right now. These guys are moving. It looks like maybe they're going home. Traveling to the Rift Valley front. We are in a big fight over here for indoor. It does seem like we've almost conquered this entire pocket. Nice. And corporate charters are unlocked, so we can now have more companies. Oh. Oh, we just won the war. Perfect. And yeah, we can establish companies now because we're technically not we're like a weird version of this. The Hudson's Bay Food Consortium, or the Paper Inc. These guys make tools and motor industries. Ooh. Honestly, food has been in a constant expensive section. So being able to create the Hudson's Bay Food Consortium might actually be a good idea. Bonuses for established companies. The Hudson's Bay Company itself, we used to have this, but I guess we no longer do. They own 63 logging camps. Damn, dude. You can rename companies? Oh, God. All right, well, let's make the Hudson's Bay Food Consortium. To this new company, the following building levels will be transferred. All of my food industries. I don't know how these industries work, but I guess we'll find out. This is from one of the newer DLCs. It looks like we're still conquering this country, but that's about to be done. A lot of people going home here. Portugal, Travancore, the French, Denmark. Everyone's got their little spots. Baking powder. We've got baking powder, which we can now use here. Instead of sweeteners, we can make baking powder. And our food industries will be even greater. Now. Production society. I had this thought about getting quinine, because then we could choose to absorb Colombia first and chart the entire West Coast. Colonial Affairs Institution investment. Removes malaria from all owned colonies. I just don't know it's the right idea. we could also unlock socialism, which would give us our communist party. 8 years for socialism, 3 years for psychiatry. Man, I don't know we need that. More companies. I'm not worried about the military like at all. All of these are about 5 years. So the steam donkey affects all of our mines and logging camps, which I feel like could be pretty valuable. Almost found our way back to the port. You know what? Let's just grab crystal glass. Only has a couple weeks left. Let's get that one quickly. Because glass, we have been in a big shortage of glass here as well for a while. And then I think I'm gonna also build construction companies in like the Northwest. They're still pretty quick. Annex, attrition. Okay, what is this war? It is against who? I have no idea who this is. Some tiny country over here full of malaria. I think probably, I want to go ahead and say we can probably bring our boys home. Apparently we are going to walk across Persia to get there though. Travel back home to their HQ where they will be unavailable for 90 days. Yeah, we're going to do that. England seems to have this figured out. Now that they can actually like send troops to this, you know, they're up against like one army who's just been slowly conquering this like British colony. So we've got a GDP of 6 million and a population of 5. GDP of 7, a population of 2, 1. Oh, yeah, Colombia is definitely the way to go. They'd be the best option for us. They're much bigger than the rest. I guess because they also own Oregon and Idaho. Isn't disputed by the U.S., wondering what they think of British Columbia and the 49th Parallel Treaty? I mean, right now they seem pretty chill about it. And you ain't gonna hear me say otherwise. Here's our crystal glass. So man, maybe like this ain't that bad an idea. So there's a journal entry for mapping the American Western frontier. We have to be at peace, research quinine, and have at least 3 Hudson Bay's characters as general or admirals. Which, you know, that's expensive, but... rights, trade rights, industry rights, monopoly rights. Livestock and wheat farms. Enables the company to construct trade centers. Gives a trade advantage for the produced goods to the company. For regional company HQs that contribute to our investment pool. Interesting. Is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Confederate Canada. Confederation with Colombia. I didn't even get to pick. Queen Victoria of Hanover has signed into law the confederation between the Hudson's Bay Company and the Columbia District. This marks a great victory in the goal of unifying all of Canada. With every document signed and stamped, we come one step closer to building a nation. The colonies haven't always seen eye to eye, but the people of Canada are resolute in their determination to see this through. God save the Queen. That's incredible. We just got access to ports. We got access to logging camps, sulfur mines, fish and whales, naval bases and barrackses. A ton of government administration, though we probably need to build more. Ports, a university in southern Colombia. Guns, of course, we did take over America. They must be building guns in all of these places. Motor industries. Wow, these are huge industrial places. Yeah, that's like Oregon is where most of that money is. Step 1. Urbanize the Hudson's Bay Company. Oh, Lower Canada and Upper Canada merged. Will complete if at least 75% of eligible Hudson Bay states have urban centers greater than 5. And incorporated states, and one incorporated state has to have an urban center greater than 10. The winds of change. So how long do I keep this Canadian unifier? 30 months. All right, that's not too bad. 16.5 million GDP. Yeah, that jumped us. I have a real question, which is also like, do these guys have railways? Because I have railways connecting everything else right now. They don't. They don't. They do. They don't. So we're going to build a bunch of railways. Even if they're going to take 34 weeks. Positivists, Hudson Bay supremacists, animists, Catholics, nihilists, Sunnis, all disbanded. The Canadian Pacific Railway is added to the journal. Ah. A railway spanning from the Atlantic to the Pacific coast would open up new opportunities for settlement in Western Canada. Look, I'm one step ahead of this. Northern Columbia and Ontario has a railway. Do you not? No. Let's do that first. Uh-oh, my army is lost. Okay, there we go. I guess because my HQ moved? I suppose Fort Douglas must still be my capital. Yeah, it is. Okay. Dude does get lost a lot, right? Please show the line. Hover over the number. I want to see the line. We call that the GDP cliff. That just put us in a 14th place. Wow, look how much this has changed. Also, the industrialists have been overthrown by the petit bourgeois and government. It's now giving me this as an option. It's an illegitimate government, but trade unionists, rural folk, and intelligista can form an unacceptable government. They're radical pacifists. I'd lose a bunch of loyalists, gain a bunch of radicals, but actually it's like not a terrible amount. We might want to think about doing that, baby. We also have 88 construction now. Like, I have so much construction that multiple things are being built at the same time. Ah, I guess you can only use 30 construction points at once. How many years does this game take place? 1836 to 1936, 100 years. Okay. Oh, wow. So we're already like a third through. Well, we're climbing pretty quickly, at least. The rural folk have expressed their concerns about the government's decisions favoring the interests of the industrialists. I'm with you, dudes. Let's make them happier and the industrialists more mad. Netherlands has joined the US's coalition, and we now have farmer markets. What I don't have is a lot of bureaucracy, though. But I tell you what, do I need all this migration still? Oh, that's authority. So that's actually fine. That's not a problem. I think I just need more government. I think we just need more government. Scary. Hello. Welcome on in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to Happy Socialist Canada. We're learning how to play Victoria 3 today, and it's a lot of fun. How's the new Path of Exile? I saw you're also learning how to play Path of Exile, I believe. So we're all in a nice little learning phase here today. A little government over here. Maybe a little government down here. This is unincorporated down in Idaho. We're going to sort that out. Hello, 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 hello. Mendril, Ranks, Cancely, Reza, Lex, Das Mish, Carrie, and Mendril. Hello, hello. Welcome, all of y'all. Come on in. You're new. You just finished Act 1. Okay. The mechanics are a lot. Yeah, they've always scared me away from Path of Exile. It just seems like it's so crazy complicated. Though also people are just like, just follow a guide. That's what you want to do. Boy, incorporating Idaho would be a very bureaucratically expensive thing to do. But I bet it would be good for us. So I guess we're just in building mode. We just recently incorporated the District of Columbia into the Hudson's Bay Company in Victoria. And we're trying to build a Atlantic Pacific Railway, the Canadian Pacific Railway, as we slowly gloop up the rest of Canada. It's been a lot of fun. Following a guide, but it's still a lot. That makes sense. Yep. Winging a building PoE could be fun, but only if you have an idea of what you want to do. Transcontinental Railway. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we don't quite reach the Atlantic in the same way. Like, I feel like the upper Quebec is still just like, I feel like this is all Hudson's Bay, even though I know that's not how it works. But when playing Path of Exile for a while, several of the previous season mechanics unlocked at different points got completely ridiculous for you. Man, I can't imagine. I'm also so bad. I'm such a stubborn person when it comes to games like that, where I need to make my own builds. Because I'm like, that's the fun of it for me, is figuring out the mechanics. But I don't know. I've also heard from people like, you can just wing it and it's not that bad. I guess you can wing it up to a certain point and then it's like super end game and you're like, okay, now I have to min-max. Now I gotta figure this out. Did our army ever make it home? Okay, at some point they got really confused and decided no longer did they want to go through Eastern Canada. They were going to sail all the way around. Gold? Gold in Northern Columbia? Oh, yeah. Lots of gold. Not enough employees to work the gold. So I'm going to subsidize our gold fields and make sure that we dig in them gold in them there hills. Wow, our productivity on these coal mines is through the roof. Most of this stuff feels like it's doing pretty well. I feel like we gathered some really good stuff absorbing in Colombia here. Following guides so much easier, yep. Join the army, see the world, but literally. Yeah, I mean, I guess they've sailed around the Horn of Africa and now they've sailed around the Horn of Chile. We gotta just like send them over to Australia next. It's gotta be the next goal. There's a major ammunition and ironclad shortage in the British market, which does mean The Brits are weak. Which does mean... I still think we go for the Confederation on Upper Canada and then we try to break free. Look, we're going to have to do it soon because otherwise they're going to be able to annex us pretty shortly. So I'm also wondering, should I be building a military? Obviously, like, we can pay France a lot of money to help us out. Military assistance. Support independence. Oh yeah, this is interesting. This deal that we were working on before is still like active here. What would we need for it? 25. So yeah, it's not a lot to be bound by this. 5 years of like paying them $2,000 and we get access to their army against the Brits. I think we just wait until Canadian Unifier runs out in 22 months. Hope that we get Upper Canada in that unification. I feel like we should. And then, I don't know, man, I'll work on the Maritimes afterwards. I think if I have Upper Canada, I could just do the Confederate Canada button. Or it's like Form Canada. Wasn't that like an ability I could do? At least 9 of the following must be true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if I get Upper Canada, I'd get Quebec and Ontario, which would be enough to confederate Canada. Which I think might just mean I get Newfoundland afterwards, even though that's not how it works in real life, but... Don't sell yourself to GGG, the makers of Poe. You'll find yourself at the end of 10,000 hours wondering where it all went. Winging it's totally possible. Only the post story stuff needs to optimize builds. For the rest, good enough is good enough. Yeah. Currently someone playing the end game of PoE while listening to Agent. I mean, I've definitely been in my Diablo sphere before, so I know how it goes. I've been hooked into that. Wow, we had like no convoys, and now, holy smokes, we are making a ton of convoys. I'm a little concerned about our lack of bureaucracy because we're getting a lot of tax waste here, but we're also super rich now. I cannot believe how much money we got from absorbing Colombia. Are we going to get the same thing when we get Upper Canada? I feel like we're going to become like the strongest person in the world instantly. Even though I know that's not entirely how that works, but... True for PoE. PoE has some steep difficulty spikes. Might have been easier. Play a class you've not played. Yeah. Found rare resources in a different country, so now we bring Canadian communism to them. God, even like our investment pool just keeps climbing and climbing no matter what we do. Thank the Colombians for building all those ports. Can I switch my ports to Man of Wars? Maybe. They're no longer like not being built, but I can make wooden ships. I guess it's ports, cargo port, anchorage, naval bases, power of the purse, naval traditions, consumes less Man of Wars. Am I just looking for like the shipyards? The Canadian Pacific Railway is completed. It's finally been complete, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific coasts. The new railway opens up new opportunities for settlement across the western provinces. The stroke released the trigger for a burst of sound which stretched the gamut of the air. The shouts of engineers and dynamiteers, of locomotive workers and explorers flanking the rails were but a tuning up for a massed continental chorus. Western Canadian settlement will give us a bunch of migration and railway building output, or great potential for the prairies. The prairies is our power base, but the west coast is where all the gold is. But this is like 200% versus like 100, 100, 100. I feel like it's better to go for the prairies. I'm gonna do it. Let's strengthen the heartland of Canada. I'm also just thinking that because there's probably more trade unionists here. And I don't know what the population makeup really is of Colombia yet, so. Totally how it works, right? When these pesky Canadians realize they're Hudsonians. They'll get there eventually. So I don't really need that guy built so fast. Let's get a little government administration going here, because I'd like to incorporate Idaho. Now, we just gotta wait for this Canadian unifier to pass. I am gonna ask England for... Ooh. I could ask them for knowledge and they might accept. I'm going to ask them for market control so that they say no, so that I become free. I mean, not free, but... Hudson's Bay National Committee has formed as a result of a decrease with relations with Great Britain, comprised of trade unionists and rural folk. I like that. I like the sound of that. And we're going to go back to improving relations with England, because... yeah, we need that to go back up to 50. Political clout by state in the population tab. Unemployed people. Why, I never. Wow. I like all of my population is basically in Oregon. So we have a lot of petit bourgeois, rural folk, and industrialists. A lot of landowners in Idaho. That's not good. The Greeks are coming back into Manitoba. This is not the first time they have come in here. But they are becoming more culturally acceptant. Along with the Russians. Yeah, I'm okay with it. They'll get themselves figured out a little bit at a time. Our bureaucracy is clamoring back up. I think once we get this other government office, we'll be okay. That puts us at 3. So I do need to get like 100 bureaucracy in order to get Idaho, because I guess it's so big, right? 106. And also, I feel like I am suddenly losing a lot of gold. Because I just had to build so many bureaucrats. Went from 2 million people to 8 million people. Uh-oh, Spaniards coming in. Everybody's coming into the Hudson's Bay Company now. They all realize how great a place it is. Okay, 17 months on the Canadian Unifier. Exempt from service. Yeah, we'll get one more. Allow us to confederate Canada, and then we'll get the hell out. We'll break free. Honestly, the fact that we got like Oregon and Idaho here from America is so valuable. It leads me to believe I could probably take the Russian-American company and Athabasca. How? I'm not sure. But we'll work on that. More Mexico got absolutely dunked, yeah. The British and the French are fighting. Interesting. We are making glassworks, which is good. Honestly, there's enough private investment. I'm not super worried about building anything anymore. Like, I'm more worried about building construction sectors so that we can spend this investment pool faster, because I can't seem to spend this investment pool. Is this how Canada ends up with a situation where Prussia is constructing steel mills in Oregon? The Frederick Krupp. #1 company. Interesting. Interesting. The Western Frontier. I will need to hire 2 more generals, or a general and an admirable, probably. But that's okay. Let's upgrade this infantry also. We got our little squad. We don't need much more than that. Krupp steel as well. Those Krupps. Groceries still so expensive. Looks like the boat problem is solved at least. And once we're done building these railways, things should be good there. How is our arts doing? The Arts Academy. All right, cool. This food industry no longer needs to be subsidized. It's like maxed out all the time. The Arts Academy, I'm going to keep going. I like our Arts Academy. It's very, very funny. It spends this paper and it makes art out of it. And it costs me a lot of money. Independent artists. Yeah, this all feels good. The Arts Academy is smart. I'd probably be wise upgrading our universities as well. Though we did just get a university over here too, which is nice. There is a full-on glass shortage in the market, and ammunition is super expensive. Ooh, and steel is getting really expensive as well. Subsidize exports, try to make that stuff more profitable, but I don't know how well that works. Oh, I gotta be honest, I have no idea how to do that. Like, unless I'm the market owner, I can't set tariffs, which I guess would be what subsidizing exports would be, right? Yeah, like glass is super expensive. Ammunition is coming down. Engines is going up, and I imagine engines is only going to keep going up. So I imagine more motor industries would be pretty smart. Saskatchewan would probably benefit from one. Oregon has one already. I guess because we have like coal and steel and I think tools, Saskatchewan probably could do this. I think I'm going to do that. He says, thinking like, I'm just going to stop building things. I'm just going to stop building things. He never does. He never stops building it. And I don't know. I think this will drop us down a little bit for a little bit. But state construction efficiency from extra bureaucracy. I feel like I'd get more value out of incorporating Idaho over the course of 21 years. Okay. 11 months left on the Canadian unifier. Let's just try to pass some time. Subsidizing exports is known as subventions, while taxing imports is tariffs. Never stop building is literally the Vicky 3 slogan. It does feel like that. The Empire can give away your lands to the USA, by the way, without your opinion on it. They wouldn't do that. I hope. I hope. Wow, our trade unions have taken a beating. They were up to 20%. Yeah, see, absorbing all these other places really did a number on me. I could let the Intelligistas in here. I want the trade unionists is the problem. 41%. This is probably what I want. But it's going to be hard to get them there. Right now, it's like very difficult for me to pass any additional new decent laws. Unless I want to become a monarchy. Prepare your economy, become more self-sufficient. Yeah. Should change the voting laws when I can. I can't change the voting laws. Is basically the issue. Because I don't know, honestly. 100% debate. I think it's because the guy won't let me, like the guy in charge. If you're a company, it's better to become a state company. We're actually just a colony right now. We got downgraded from chartered company, which was a real kick in the pants. 9 months left on Canada unifying. Bring in the Intelligista. I might be able to. It's possible. I just think the moment I can break free of England, it'll... That's like that's what we'll really need. I think that'll free us up enough. No shortage. Glass still expensive. Ammo still expensive. I guess the question I don't know is like, what am I importing? What am I importing? A bunch of French have moved into the Yukon. That's fantastic. Whoa, the population here has jumped to 250,000. Oh, so the gold fields are completely full now. They actually need like other jobs. Maybe? Those gold mines ever run out, I'm in trouble. Wasn't there a Canadian show about a French guy in Yukon? Yvonne of the Yukon. Yeah. Weird show. A very weird show. But funny. Source of the Nile. The Congo. Tibet. If I become a great power and put interest in the Himalayas, I could lead an expedition into Tibet. Certain points here that I just have to practice patience, and it's so difficult. 4 months on the unification. Goldfields deplete. You build gold mines after. They never deplete. Ah. How many people in subsistence pastures? 18.7k. I guess I could build some more stuff here. Having a railway into the Yukon would probably help get all that gold out of there. I'm just a little bit worried, like, my money is dropping. I'd like to get this balance back up a little bit, so. No. The United States of America have colonized Alaska. Boo. I don't even know how they got that. That was a Russian company. Well, it was like a Russian-American company, but it was owned by Russia. Power rank 3. 137 battalions. I am a bit worried about my, like, severe lack of army. They bought it. Oh, interesting. For buying Alaska. Well, that's pretty cool. Ah, okay. If I'm only building one thing at a time, I can afford it. And then the other 60 construction points goes towards building all the other industries privately. There's no bet. But I do need more bureaucracy. So I'm gonna need another government administration building. I'm gonna build it in the Yukon. Because apparently people up there need jobs. They'll be fine. They'll figure it out. No! The gold has been depleted in the Yukon. I shouldn't have said it out loud. This was my problem. I cursed myself. Am I still subsidizing the gold fields? Currently, yes. Which I guess probably I don't want to do anymore. The rich mineral deposits in the Yukon have been drained. Mines are being shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Yukon loses gold rush. Oof, and gets negative attraction. Laborers become more radical. I mean, it's full up right now on people, so I'm okay with them chilling out for a little bit. We'll start building up the gold mines next. Canada, 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 Canada. Canada, Canada. Queen Victoria of Hanover has signed into law a confederation between Hudson's Bay Company and Upper Canada. God save the Queen. We have now created Ontario and Quebec. And along with that, Canadian Confederation can now trigger. We just gained a ton more population. Confederate Canada is complete. The unification of Canada is complete. The various colonial governments have been integrated into one under the administration of the Hudson's Bay Company and with the enthusiastic approval of Great Britain. The dream of a united Canada has finally been achieved. The settlers have grown and adapted. They have become a people. They have forged a nation. The true North, strong and free. Becomes a dominion of Great Britain. Recognized powers may turn a weaker country into a dominion. A dominion is a more autonomous subject type and are able to start their own diplomatic plays. They are forced to join overlord wars. They must pay 25% of their treasury to their overlord each week. I think that's less than I was currently paying, so... so I don't get New Brunswick or Nova Scotia, though. Oh, no! Oh no! My plan! My plan was to have French bail me out of the war with Great Britain. And I see now that Great Britain has invaded the entirety of France. They're literally on the outskirts of Paris. They attacked them from the south. That's crazy. What happened? You have so many more armies. Oh, France. Oh, this is a disaster. Well, they won't give me Newfoundland. Not good. Not good at all. So we're a dominion, which is at least better than a colony. So we did get upgraded here. Demand independence. Relations between Hudson Bay and Britain are less than cordial. And we need at least 90 liberty desire to use this war goal. So, I mean, I guess at this point, I just have to start asking them for things that they won't give me. %10 chance. Oh, might as well ask. The rural folk have been upset about the situation. And the petit bourgeois got also like super empowered by that event. Nice. Knowledge sharing is denied. That's actually what we wanted. At least 75% of Hudson's Bay is urbanized. Yeah, that's going to take a while, probably. Still confederate with New Brunswick. It's just that the relations are poor. Well, I mean, in theory, like, I can still trigger Confederate Canada. I just have to continue making friends with these dweebs. I don't know how else I'm going to get out of this right now. What can you give me? One country is not allowed to colonize agreed upon strategic area. The Pacific Coast. I mean, I guess that's Athabasca, right? I'd like to have this. One country can become obliged to another as a result of agreements made during diplomatic plays. May use an obligation held over you to force you into a pact or treaty. Uh-oh. Native uprising on the Pacific Coast. I am losing so much money right now. Conquer American Alaska. American colonization rights. Good luck, buckaroos. See if I can get the USA to back me. In support independence. All British treaties, 11 out of 12 fulfill this requirement. Nova Scotia is no longer part of the British Empire. New Brunswick has absorbed Nova Scotia. Not bound to the treaty. Oh, I think America is allied with England? Truce. Maybe not. Great Britain. Two-power treaty and the York Protocol, as well as the Leonardtown Convention. I don't know what the hell these are. Military access for goods transfer. Goods transferred. Defensive pact with England. No longer binding. How'd that French situation just go there? It seems like that war is not ongoing anymore. Dakani people from South Asia are having trouble getting employed in northern Colombia. Yeah, no blocking them. Oh my god, my bureaucracy is okay. Government administration in Quebec and Ontario. Probably not actually in Quebec. That's probably a bad idea. How about in Manitoba and Southern Colombia, where there's all these peasants that can actually work those jobs? You know what? Honestly, I'm probably gonna have to build it in all of these places anyways, so. Okay. I'm about to go broke again. Great Britain are selling iron and luxury clothes at their market price to the US. Have I succeeded yet? I mean, in some ways, yes. We have technically created Canada. We have some other problems in the meantime, though. Yeah, it's dead. It's not going broke. Why does this army have low organization? Insufficient commander. Oh, my commander is retired. Joint stock companies. Do I need a general? I don't really want to give any of those guys powers, so. We can start another company. The Oregon Premium Metalworks. All the tooling workshops in Oregon, Ontario, and Quebec. The Hudson's Bay Paper Company. All the paper mills. This would also give me a ton of bureaucracy. Honestly, I am inclined to do that. Quebec Metals. Iron mines and lead mines. Oh, I can rebuild the Hudson's Bay Company. Select fish. So they run fishing and logging camps, textile mills, and colonial growth generation. Honestly, I feel like the Forestry Company of Quebec is probably the better option there. They just run the logging mills. Maximum infrastructure for population, +1 infrastructure per 100K population. Like, that seems really smart. A couple other decent things here. Ontario Motors. I don't know how I can establish these guys if they exist in England as well, but I think I'm going to do the Forestry Corporation of Quebec because I have all these logging camps. And this would give me a ton of infrastructure, which we've generally been like pretty bad on having. Industry charters let them build more types of buildings. What's the other company running right now? Their food. Yeah, I mean, the food and forestry. That seems like a good combination. Could let these guys build livestock ranches and wheat farms. Right now they can only build groceries. Ah. Alright, well, it's done as done there. The forestry, I could give them tools as well. Yeah, but I don't know about that. There looks like there's some good companies that could do more tooling. We'll see how they grow. We secured funding for a philosophy department in all of our universities. The University of Ontario has chosen to focus this funding in advanced Hegelian dialects. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Progress on socialism. No, I just gotta take the university output. I feel like we're gonna get more value out of that. So you guys have a university? Oh yeah, you do too. You have a rank 15 university? Wow, and you have a rank 4 university. Manitoba has a rank 1 university, as does Oregon. I guess we're about to get a hell of a lot more educated. If I'm lucky, Karl Marx might spawn. If we're lucky. Uh-oh. War goals. Making a protectorate of Senegal. Great Britain has once again demanded that we join their wars. Our liberty desire has increased as a result. Okay. Well, I guess it is what it is. We have another 2 years of Canadian unification before we can get the Maritimes. And I don't know what we have to do to trigger them to sell me Newfoundland. So let's just like keep advancing what we can in the meantime. I think that was my gold mine in the Yukon. Yeah, okay. There's quinine. Do we go for socialism now? 3 years for socialism? I think let's just do it. Let's get socialist. And if I recruit 3 generals or admirals, which is going to cost me like what, 30 bureaucracy? That's really not that bad. But you need a bunch of guys though. This is the problem. You're imposing but a traditional commander. You are pious and a traditionalist commander. You are a traditionalist and you are also pious. As a commander, you have... I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to. Probably should build up the army a bit. Compliant. Explorer. How do I get an admiral? And don't tell me I need to build boats. Recruit admiral. Armed forces industrialist or petit bourgeois. Ooh, this guy has syphilis. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this romantic dockyard organizer, though. Now, that should allow me to map the American Western frontier. Send an expedition to map the unknown geography of the Western frontier. Our every doorstep is a land bursting with promise. We should seize that promise while we can, and if not now, we will be overtaken by eagles and lions, and heaven forbid, snails. A group of strong candidates have expressed their interest in leading the expedition. However, this is not a decision we should make lightly. Expedition budget permanently. The Admiral, Gordon Clark. This guy is the explorer, right? So, this is for sure the guy I should send, right? Get the syphilis, dude. Yeah, we're going to send Gordon Clark, our explorer, who has already successfully completed an expedition. And blow up our economy. The president himself has officially opened the University of Ontario. Academia is beginning to flourish in the Hudson's Bay Company. Society should be ruled by philosopher kings. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that. Okay. I'm going to bring in the Intelligistas. Okay, wealth voting we can put back on the table. Which seems like the only thing I really want to do here, so... we'll try for that right now. Gordon Clark's expedition has reached Utah. Will complete if the expedition reaches a progress of 8 or above. Okay. Good. And the trade unionists are happy again. We're starting to empower them a little bit. Yeah, we have a fleet of 2 frigates. Look at us go. Path to liberalism. Go on. A more democratic society with the right ideals will lay the groundwork for a country where the liberty of all citizens is paramount. And we need to enact either census suffrage or universal suffrage. Oh, this, well, great. I mean, I'll pin it. Extreme winds. Manufacturing of steam engines has become a profitable industry in Ontario thanks to our sound investment in locomotive technologies. Steam engine type. Motor buildings get more, or railway buildings get more. Or we progress towards steel railway cars. Engines are still really expensive, so let's say more engines. And we unlocked chemical bleaching for glassworks and paper mills. Craftsman sewing. Non-luxury clothing, or... oh, this is like, it makes more luxury clothes and less non-luxury clothes. Jeez, this should have been upped a long time ago to sewing machines. We're still hand sewing everything in the textile mills. We'll give Ontario fancy clothes. Furniture can be mechanized. We're currently making non-luxury furniture, but Why don't we just go like half and half? The glassworks can all move up to crystal glass. Glass, ceramics, or bone china. No, let's focus on glass production. Tooling is fine. The paper mills can go up to paper bleaching, probably. We are generating more and more pollution with all of this, but currently, I'm not going to panic about that. Want everybody up to speed here. Steamships would be expensive because engines are so expensive, but smooth bore. Yeah, look, we can make all this. Very low production. Soil enriching farms, citrus orchard, harvesting tools. Good, good, good. And I think we could switch everything to rail transportation. But I don't think we have enough trains yet. Our trains are like still kind of basic. So that's okay. I'm finding it hard not to just like opt to do this everywhere, right? Like, it generally feels like the better stuff is the better stuff. Philosophy, secular, yes. You guys are a mix. Here I'd make a lot more from softwood, but I think we can let that mix. Add some tomato on those leaded plates. Reset the production method since you inherited the AI methods. As in like what I'm doing right now? It's fine. I don't care. We'll do that. We'll do... I have a ton of boats. Let's do bulk trading for sure. Can't wait to start like taking over worker cooperative company headquarters. Okay. How much does that start bankrupting me? My bureaucracy went way up. Leaded glass. Nothing wrong with a little lead. As long as you can keep up with the tooling and high demand for the lower stuff, yeah. Some of it requires resources you might not have. Then again, sometimes increasing that demand is the only way to produce those resources to begin with. Right. And also, like, if the increased production... If I make more money off the increased production than it costs for me to import that good from the market, it won't really matter. Like, as long as the green line goes up. Making their way through the mountains of Colorado, the expedition finds a dangerous gorge. Their guide advises them to take a longer, more secure route instead of crossing it. Chance of peril, chance of minor progress. We're slightly delayed. Oh no. Okay. Hold on here. Our guide knows better. A member of the expedition has suggested we detour to climb a mountain and name it in the Hudson's Bay Company name. Excellent idea. Mountainside issues or minor progress. I think that percentage is pretty good. Mount Clark of the Hudson's Bay Company, named after Gordon Clark. Excellent. We're making progress. Oh, I see. That's peril. That's progress. I got it. I got it. I got it. So, I need to pass one of these, but they're not really well liked. But I feel like if I get wealth voting, I can at least, like, empower the other blocks a bit more. I think we can do this like a step-by-step sort of thing. Yeah, like we gotta start sapping more power from the industrialists. Worker co-op, long live syndicalism. Mount Cleric? Are we mounting this, Mr. Cleric? All right, we're back to making gold mines. Which means I only need one more bureaucratic office. Build it in Oregon. I'll let those gold mines build up first. A large grizzly bear has been sighted up ahead. We could hang back and wait for it to leave, or we could hunt it. Yeah, let's hunt it. The expedition has successfully hunted and killed a grizzly bear. Hell yeah. A few good shots were enough to put it down. It's times like this where I wish my manservant weren't as good a shot as he is. I could have used a trophy like that for my boudoir. I guess our war is done. Are we on... 21 months of Canadian Unifier. Woof. Takes so long. Yeah, cool. We're seeing some more towns come up here. This is, I think, a new railway to Nunavut. Whitehorse? That wasn't there before. I guess that popped up. And Watson Lake. That's also a new place. That was just called like the Expedition HQ or something. Fort Nelson, Prince George, Vanderhoof. Over in Columbia. Portland. Vancouver. What other places have we made? Fort Edmonton. Fort McMurray. Are you a town? Calgary. We have Regina. We have Wood Mountain. Saskatoon. Whatever happened to Musume land? Portage, La Prairie, Brandon. Oh, yeah, there we go. The Hera Urera pastures. Cities, yeah, as you build up more stuff, like these cities start appearing on the map. It's really cool. Frederick Liban. Oh, yeah, this is my French late trade unionist. Has embarked on a week-long tour of the countryside to spread awareness for the need of wealth voting amongst the rural folk. Popular disdain. Oh, no. They're boosting my legitimacy. Oh, I'll take that. England is boosting my legitimacy, which is bad because that lowers my other stuff with them. That lowers my freedom index. Cloud of political lobby interest groups in opposition is giving me a little bit back, at least. As the expedition advances, the prioritization of tasks increases in importance. Gordon Clark has started a log in which he keeps track of what every man must do. Hunting or find a settlement. Let's find a settlement. Peaceful intentions. The expedition is woken up in the middle of the night and human screams come from one of the tents and a female voice cries, "Baby! The miracle of life!" Yeah, man, let's take that baby. I'm not in a rush to complete this expedition. I don't think anyone else is racing me for it as far as I know. Building spawn based on industries as well as population size. Yeah. Yeah. Does it go on sale ever? Yeah. They're releasing a new DLC at the end of this month, so it'll probably go on sale later this month. A few days after being sent on a reconnaissance mission, members of the expedition came back announcing they found a native village in which the group can find aid, using the newborn baby as a symbol of their peaceful intentions. As days come and go, our landscape offers minimal changes. The mountains are sharp and these are older and more eroded, but the river runs on the side and the other side, but the chain of circumstances stay the same. We prepared a gift of needles, mirrors, medals, and ribbons, and all the accessories that looked rich and beautiful. We repeated the ritual 100 times, but everyone felt equally important. We needed their help. Reduce the current peril. Well, we don't have that. Gain minor progress. Or give them the baby. I don't have peril, so all I need is progress. I do not have to give them the baby. If I had peril, I'd probably give them that baby. Hey, look! Our investment pool is finally draining. We have enough construction sectors. And we're back making money again. Actually, we're in debt right now, but that'll change. Power block. England, the British Raj, New Brunswick, Oyo. Wow, we're almost as strong as the Raj. We can hit the baby if the winter gets tough. Yeah, exactly. It's an emergency baby. we might need that later. With the low temperatures of the mountains, the expedition finds a perfect meadow to take shelter near the river and far enough from other villages to not disturb their land. The encampment using cottonwood lumber cut from the riverbanks is suggested by Gordon Clark. Perfect place to build a fort. No. We could not afford this delay. That was a huge, huge buff. Yeah, we did not need it. This wealth drafting is really slow right now. Arms, shipyards, food. A lot of food industries being built. Groceries are no longer a mega issue. So I'm actually wondering, should we start looking at things like glass and steel? I feel like we have the population now that we can start affording more ridiculous stuff. A member of the expedition has asked for a few days to stop and collect samples of previously unknown plants. Yeah, I'm sure. We're here to explore. Isn't that what we should be doing? I love how I was like, I just need to stop spending money and let this balance go back up. Immediately start building more things. Utah's in the USA? It is, yeah. Yeah, we're exploring the uncharted Western United States. Despite the fact that there are towns like Sacramento and San Francisco down here. Town of San Francisco, the like 7 houses of San Francisco. Even Portland is bigger than that. Portland is actually huge right now. It's very confusing. I didn't realize like Portland was built up this early. Railroads to the unknown make it easier to explore. I think all of our cities have railroads in them right now, so. Some members of the expedition have expressed concern that the weather is turning against them. They insist on hunkering down to avoid the worst of it. Snow? We're a Canadian expedition. We're going south. While it was difficult, the expedition successfully pushed through the snow. The Western Frontier expedition is complete. After a long and arduous journey, the expedition has finally come to the end. The expedition has managed to map the entire length of the Oregon Trail. Gordon Clark is no longer busy. We get 20% prestige for 5 years. Wonderful news. That's it? The Red Scare. The acquisition of Alaska. If we become a great power, we can buy Alaska, populating the American West. I can't be subject of another nation. Gourmet groceries. Any company can potentially produce gourmet groceries. Is not producing prestige goods and is prosperous. If an arts academy is greater than 3 and we have cameras, we can also invent photography. Debate, confusion, and delay. The trade unionists have questioned the government publicly on the amount of time it's required in order for the law to pass. Definitely, I want to help these dudes out. Respect for procedure. Positive movement. Pressured interest groups. Where they get 10%. Administrative strain, but this law is enacted faster. I think that's what I want. We always got to help out the people. Also, what's happened to my construction? I had like 125 construction here a minute ago. That bureaucracy. Every time I think I'm getting ahead on it, it finds a way to sneak back around. The positives are so stupid. Yeah, we can't find a unifying truth for all the questions. Seems like it could be a little annoying. Just a smidge. All right, 14 more months and we can get New Brunswick. I mean, we are already Canada, but I guess technically New Brunswick. What? Why did I lose Oregon and Idaho? The UK sold those territories? I didn't even get a notification? Absolutely goddamn unbelievable. That should cause my liberty desire to go through the roof. I can't even click things right. France. What's going on here? French Empire. Let's talk. Will you support my independence? For no cost. %45 chance. Power block assembly. Embassy. %70 chance. If we bump that up a little bit more. %75 chance. I know they just lost the war. The Bytown Convention has entered into force. You there, United States of America. Can you give me my goddamn countries back? I can't believe that, man. I just lost, like... $5 million people. Look how much my GDP dropped. Huge. One of those things Paradox get to in 2 weeks or a year. Since they have a defensive pact, I'll have to fight the USA. Yuck. How did I lose the West? Well, we don't know. It just disappeared. Oh, and I lost all... That's where I lost all those construction points too as well. Well, it's a good thing I focused my companies in Canada. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Where are we in tech here? We're 26 months off socialism still. I built a bunch of stuff over there as well. Like that's... that sucks, man. That is extreme crud butts. Get these construction sectors up first. If anyone needs me, I will be in an angry dome. No, there was nothing in the newsfeed. At least not that I saw. Moment of deceived poor decisions by the positive movement has led by a notable decrease in its ability to raise money. More loyalists. I have 500,000 radicals? When did that happen? Let's get rid of them. A popular Anglo-Canadian newsletter has released a statement by Felicien Lebon endorsing several poets known for their sympathies to the industrialist interest. This guy's meant to be a trade unionist. Political poetry. Yeah, the idols of the Anglo-Canadian culture stand behind our reforms. And the most prominent members of Saskatchewan's high society have been organizing luxurious parties in new and lavish urban buildings. The parties will never end. Standard of living in Saskatchewan. Isn't this the place that I had like the worst standard of living for super long time? Oh, they're really affluent though. All right, the party will never end then. They could become... Give me some more loyalists. I'm really worried about the crazy amount of radicals that have started happening here. Mostly trade unionists. Which at least that's good for me. Okay. Hate them so much, the bloody truthers. Yeah, apparently Saskatchewan has the high society. Don't ask me how it happened. They figured it out. All right, after this, I'm going to stop building for a little bit and hope that we can even out. Literacy is doing really well, 66%. Rural folk and trade unions are split over the semantics of a clause regarding wealth voting. Felicien Lebon has published articles designed to drag this into public bickering. Promote the trade unions. Yes. Absolutely. No question about it. Hey, the petit bourgeois has actually lost a ton of power. In fact, if I knock them out, I could put the trade unionists in. What happens if I do this? I can actually make the government I want. Do I even want rural folk? I guess that's a question. Consumption-based taxation, homesteading, agrarianism, national militia, no police. These guys want like things like racial segregation. They hate multiculturalism. Anti-slavery, populist, egalitarian, proletarian, liberal, anti-clerical, republican, anti-slavery. Pacifist. I think I want to do this. I think it's finally time for us to overthrow the government. Hate Saskatoon, they tried to steal your hockey team. That would stabilize the government a lot, letting the rural folk have a good vote, so... Leading interest group. Coalition. Coalition. Now here's my real question. This is still in a draft phase. I think I have a decent chance of passing censor suffrage if I do this. But wealth voting should also, like, that'll topple the oligarchy, which will give more strength to these guys anyway. So once we get wealth voting in, we could probably get universal suffrage. I guess that's the hope, at least. All right, we're back to making money. They're making a ton of steel mills in Saskatchewan. They're making a crazy amount of steel mills in Saskatchewan, actually. Bureaucracy still sucks. Already paying the government so much money. Yeah, it's a pretty big increase. I probably just need to build more government administrations. Like, they're pretty fast to build, so they take like 5 weeks. What's the little nub here? I don't know. Is that just on the map? In Wisconsin? Oh man, you say a state to me as if I know what Wisconsin is. This is Wisconsin. Oh yeah, this one in Minnesota. Minnesota. I have no idea. I think the 49th parallel starts after Ontario, so that's just Minnesota. Wealth voting is going through the amendment phase. It looks like it's probably pretty good to pass. Thank God. Great Britain is no longer boosting our government. 4 months, and we can unify New Brunswick. Support regime. Our liberty is no longer going down, which is really good. I guess because we're getting, yeah, clout of political lobby, interest groups, and government. Oh, also support independence gives us liberty desire. Interesting. French people in Northern Colombia are being blocked from entering certain businesses. Let them in. We're an equal society. That's what we're going to try for. Oh, okay. My government is back to being unacceptable. I think that's okay. I also think we need an army. That's gonna hurt. Is army under here, or is it just no? Serbians? We are getting a lot of immigration lately. Can't tell you where a single state of the USA is, but I can proudly say that Bavaria isn't part of Germany. Fair. The first Serbian pup has moved into the Northwest Territories. They're going to be disappointed. They're going to be like, wow, there's nothing here. We don't have a lot going on. Hi, Mona. Somebody's coming up looking for attention. Impoverished, middling, and prosperous. 3% of the population are starving. What's my food consortium doing? Losing prosperity, apparently. It's prosperous, and we've completed gourmet groceries. Trade centers. Trade advantage on groceries. Everyone knows at least Florida because it's obvious. California and Texas. Yeah, I could tell you where. I mean, I could tell you where some of them are, but not a ton. I don't understand how this place is not making insane profits based on how much everyone has been demanding groceries. What do you think, Mona? You want groceries? Are you upset that the Hudson's Bay's Food Consortium is not giving you enough tuna? Kentucky you only know because of the meme of the chef with Kentucky and the frying pan. Oh, yeah. I know that one. Those groceries are going to the entire British market and not just Canada. I guess that's probably right. But I mean, they're selling them anywhere, right? Everybody wants the groceries. Oh, you're a stinker, Mona. The greatest guns in the world don't matter in the slightest if the soldiers equipped with them are too exhausted and hungry to aim. If the guns themselves have no bullets chambered in them. Leads to triage and the telegraph. You smell weird. Why do you smell weird, Mona? Embargo. Great Britain is embargoing the French. Ooh. Interesting. What food luxuries even have? Frozen maple syrup sticks? Poutine? Moose and caribou? I guess that's probably about it. Feels like that's probably about it. God, I had so many convoys when we had all this. Do I even have a navy anymore? Oh yeah, okay. Just moved it up the coast of Vancouver, I guess. Yay, we're voting on voting. It's time to vote on voting. Yeah, the Northwest Territories are not having a great time. Ontario has such terrible market access, and I don't understand how. Do you not have a port? This is insane to me. How does Ontario not allowed to have a port through the St. Lawrence River? That's not how that works. We have 9 railways. Because taxation capacity is not good enough. Government buildings, infrastructure, railways, and ports. Okay, well, expand the railway. And expand my taxation, I guess. I suppose. Everybody else is doing okay on those fronts. Bison jerky, moose jerky, gold eye, a fish. Should have 3. Thunder Beta Toronto plus 1 in between. Is your infrastructure manned? No. It most certainly is not. So I guess what you're saying is it's their own fault. This keeps saying insufficient construction for the investment pool. And it's like, I don't know, man. Build some more construction than investment pool. Making me build all this stuff everywhere. Gold depleted in the Yukon. Gold in Northern Colombia. Well, I guess that sort of evened itself out, didn't it? 3 out of 8 I can have here now. Here's the thing. Gold is gold, right? So I'll have to see how we do there. Have you been to Lancel Canal in like 1820? Well, I don't know. I didn't have an option on that. Nobody wants to work for low wages in the railroad, so it's less likely to have more workers. So what you're telling me is I have to subsidize the railways. Probably. You're still migrating. You're still migrating. This I don't need anymore. Definitely don't need migration to Ontario. Six 1.2. I feel like maybe I could promote some national values and encourage the resource industry of the Yukon. Organizational sports is unlocked. We now have wealth voting. My government is illegitimate. It is having a severe effect on the radicalization of my pops and prevents you from enacting laws. Because of the trade union? Wow, there's like nothing I can do here to make this not illegitimate. That dropped so much. Wait for the election. Ah, patrons of industry, Liberal Conservative Party, Free Trade Party, and the Liberals. Wow, interesting. Distribution of power, wealth voting. So probably I actually should have canceled this and gone straight from oligarchy into proper liberalism. The petit bourgeois, the rural folk, the trade unions, the armed forces. Well, I probably can't get universal suffrage, but I think I can get census suffrage. Patrons of industry. Huh. Well, I guess the petit bourgeois still have all the money, right? Seeking to turn the tide of nationalism in the favor of the Liberal Party, Felice Le Bon held a patriotic speech in one of the Fort Douglas parks. Momentum for the Liberal Party. Oh. Oh. The election's not a sure thing. But it looks like it's probably a sure thing. More gold in Northern Colombia? Dudes, I am very happy to hear that. How many gold things do you have here right now? 8. Four. Well, that's okay. Optimal sunlight in Quebec. Wealth voting basically means the landowners and other rich interest groups will take power, yeah. Why you always skip the census? Yeah, I didn't I didn't realize that giving the people the chance to vote would lead to an election. I thought it would just allow me to ram other laws through. In a gesture of solidarity with the Free Trade Party, Edmund McIlwraith has suggested his supporters to vote for it in the ongoing party. Uh-oh. No, I don't want the Free Trade Party to win. Ugh. I definitely don't want more people to be interested in them. So we'll just be like, thanks, we really appreciate you voting for that party. I mean, at least the industrialists aren't in here. They don't even have a party. Denationalize everything, all industry collapses. You can ignore the results and keep an unpopular government or actually reform, right? You can boost the people? Socialism. Unlocks the Communist Party. Just a little too late there, socialism. The industries have grown more and more crucial to the figure of the Hudson Bay nation, so too has the working class. A storm approaches. Labor pops become more radical, or socialist unrest will increase every month. The world will be free one day, we will say. As we think about what next we can do. I don't have rubber plantations. What about, where was, building? Steel frame building, 33 months. Okay, that's kind of bad. Triage. I can make ironclads, which have been generally expensive, so I feel like I could make some money off of that if I did it, but I guess I don't have a huge naval industry. I'm gonna go with a steam donkey. Felice Lebon, our agitator, has died. Our trade unionist. We better get someone else in here. Labor movements, reactionary labor movements. This guy's a cruel political operator. This guy's a cruel political operator. This guy's a reckless political operator with syphilis, which people all really seem to like. Radical. Utopian. I do like utopian. But he'll modernize. I'd rather the labor movement. Johann Carlson or Gerhard Halpak. Where are you from? South German. Norwegian. I guess let's invite the Nords in. Go for the syphilis guy. But he's a modernist. And he's Dutch. What does syphilis give you? Low character health. Political movement pop attraction. Makes them more popular but really low character health. So this guy's just going to die really quickly. Probably. As an interest group leader, opposition interest group approval. Government interest group approval. As an executive. They will radicalize movements and slowly push for revolution, depending on how unpopular the current government is. Figured out he was reckless without the trade. I'm gonna go for the cruel labor movement guy. Gotta get that guy out of there. The specter haunting the world. The reviving prevalence of socialist unrest within the Hudson Bay Company has been to coalesce into a movement that threatens the rule of the upper classes. Struggle between classes has acquired a sharper edge as Hudson's Bay workers adopt the methods and principles of the socialist movement. If failed, triggers the event A World to Win. If time runs out, triggers Firebreak. Time's out in 2 years. Oh, okay. So I wanna pump this up to 100% before the timer runs out. A lowborn man has risen as a populist leader of the Intelligista, while not with some not so pleased by such social mobility. Oh yeah, let's take that. Low-ranked Intelligista. Parties, particularly the Free Trade Party, are struggling to raise enough funds. I'm not giving them any money. Yeah, I don't want to give them any money. If a party can't afford a campaign, should it be campaigning? It's a wealth-based election, so... I don't know, man. This doesn't look like we're doing very good here, though. False democracy. Johann Carlson has issued a condemnation of the Hudson's Bay electoral system, endorsing absenteeism.
SMH, they can pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
That's all they need to do. Trade union members become more radical. Momentum will be added to the Liberal Party. Will be taken from the Liberal Party and added to the Liberal Conservative Party. Revolutionary anti-electoralism. Their supporters aren't voting? Ours certainly are. Peaceful anti-electoralism. 2% of trade union members become more radical. Liberal conservatives get buffed. 10% become more radical. 5 legitimacy, -5 political strength per vote. I'm not sure what the right option is here. I'm not sure that I want a bunch of radical trade unionists. But, you know, I want this to be... I guess this is just like, yeah, we are saying that this is the case. Radicals can influence law enactment? Oh, so radical trade unionists are probably good. Oh, this one adds to the patrons of industry, which actually has a chance of winning. It does make way more radical trade unionists, but I'm going to take that one. Because they're the only ones who really have a chance here. Yikes. A lot of politically unaligned voters. Oh yeah, free trade took a big dip here. Your government has 0 legitimacy. Is this even safe right now? Like, should I reform this? Well, I'm just going to lose radicals, gain radicals, and lose other people. New communist movement has arrived. Here we go. They dislike our presidential republic, but they like most of the other things. I could also start bolstering places. War with Egypt. Return the Nile. God, guys, we're trying to have an election over here. Can you not have a war? Exactly like Canada's current government. All right, we're building gold mines. We're not too broke. They get upset if you keep swapping the government. Well, I guess that makes sense. Knowledge sharing broken. Hey, can I absorb New Brunswick? In 19 months? No, I think I can do this right now. Do we hate each other? Amicable relations. Do I hate New Brunswick? Greater GP than the neighboring Anglo-Canadian and Franco country with the same overlord. I think I hate New Brunswick. Cordial. Amicable. Okay, so that's very close. We only got to get them up 5 points. Country's high standard of living resulted in a widespread sense of contentment with the status quo, favoring Simon Pope and the sitting Liberal Party. Laud is achievements, and the trade unions will get a buff. I'll take that. They're obviously not going to win the elections, so they are literally in last place. This war should be interesting. Because we're on England's side, but who's on this side? Russia, Austria-Hungary, Finland. Robert is now president. The time of Alfred Blewett as the ruler is over. Robert McIlwraith is the new president of the Hudson's Bay Company. Election. The Free Trade Party won 48% of the vote, yeah. Free government reform. Woof. I guess I gotta put in the petit bourgeois. And I guess the rural folk, 60. 28 with you, and it's 15 with you, so... Yuck. No, and I can no longer pass census suffrage. Elected bureaucrats. And the Intelligista don't actually like that. A national militia would be popular, though. Interventionism, labor movement, modernization. Communists hate that. They all hate all those things. Okay, so we'll probably just stick what we have here. Free trade is disliked by the socialists. They all like protectionism. So I think we'll just stay in that. Graduated taxation we'll work our way towards. No police. I guess the national militia then. 224 battalions could be mobilized. That seems kind of useful. Did say you did dislike New Brunswick when we started, right? Very unlikely 2 to 3 political parties will ever agree to join in a coalition. Great. Well, we'll get this done then. I mean, we're going to have communism pretty soon, so... Everyone's happy. Which generally leads me to believe we are doing a good job. I still don't have enough construction companies? Are you for real? They're just building like an insane amount. Okay, it's only when they decide they want to build more and more and more that it becomes a real problem. Damn. Can't believe I goofed that so hard. Ah, well, the moment this hits 50, we'll get New Brunswick. And then maybe they'll just like offer to sell us Newfoundland. What's your special? These guys don't have a prestige good. That's interesting. .4% out of 75 is urbanized. Rubber mastication. And war with Egypt. The war to return Sinai to Great Britain. Good luck, dweebs. That's a not my problem war. I'm going to tell you that much. Once I unlock steel buildings, probably don't have to rush more construction sectors. Well, I think we're still a way off of that, though. A rousing speech captivates the public. Rural folk could become more popular. I don't hate that. They are the people. And we are a government of the people. Okay, we're back to making money. And all of our gold mines in the Yukon are built. Yeah, the British are making a lot of investments in us right now. As is Prussia, which feels kind of weird, but... yeah, these gold mines are a good decision, even though they're not actually making that much money. Bureaucracy's back through the roof. Can we switch colonial affairs over to a higher number? I guess. Not really seeing a reason why not to, and we should be able to wait for this war to finish. Oh, this is a big war. I guess Russia's got so many troops. Damn. Well, until this war is over, we can't really absorb New Brunswick. What do I have to do to buy Alaska? Be a great power and not subject to England. In the midst of the debate around the national militia, a playwright associated with the trade union has staged a widely acclaimed play. Let's put the trade union in good light. Again, trade union is great for us. Generally. When the entire British and Russian armies are fighting in the middle of Africa, it's a classic. Classic return to form here. We have a slight advantage, it looks like. Mud camouflage. England does seem to be pretty powerful during this era. That's for sure. Even when they have a broken supply line versus a charted territory. Brutal folk petition the government to pass racial segregation. No. Absolutely not. Not gonna happen, buddy. Alfred Blewett has retired. Who I guess was in charge of the petit bourgeois for a while there. We are no longer forced to join wars initiated by Great Britain. Thanks. Appreciate that one. Now that you've dragged me into this war. Interesting. This has changed to like sponsorship, study, and voting now because we actually have to vote on things. Also, what's really funny is like I'm not building troops and I just keep getting more troops. I don't even know where they all came from. Can you upgrade all those infantry? It looks like they were already upgraded. Is somebody building infantry for me? I truly have no idea. Discord within the petit bourgeois over the topic of national militia. The trade union grows. Yes. Topple the petit bourgeois. That's what I want to see. That is what I am talking about. What do we need to build? Glass. Who's got a glasswork? Ontario is glasswork. All right. What does the glasswork use? Lead. Oh man, we don't have access to lead. I guess we can buy lead. Russia is damaging relations with me. Wow, we weren't getting along so well, dude. This looks like it's gonna complete. Which is good. National militia's gone up another 15%, which is also good. Zoom out and watch the battle animations. You've been using British lead from the British markets? Oh, wow. Cool. Bunch of Bretons. Yo, this slaps. I don't understand why there's British flags on this side, though. Oh, because we've already actually won. Oh, I guess it's basically like we've overrun the front line. Oh, yeah, there we go. And now it moves up. Cool. Like that's where the bulk of the fighting is taking place. Yeah, that slaps. That's really cool. All right, well, at least we're winning that war pretty quickly. I won't panic too much about it. So we got these few of these glassworks coming in. All the unit models are different depending on the army type and tech. Wow. I feel like engines are also something we can work on building more of. Laws progressed into study. Gold depleted in the Yukon, which means I need more gold mines. And the Spectre hunting the world is about to be done. Capitulation. Don't break for a little bit. Broke for a little bit, but we have reserves. And if this builds motor industries and gold and... With socialist ideas sweeping across the Hudson's Bay Company, the McIlwraith government has determined drastic concessions to arrest its progress must be considered. There's sufficient momentum for a rapid policy change. Greater wages for their labor. The trade unions are much more likely to select vanguardist, communist, or anarchist leaders when pressured by the applicable political movement. Wage subsidies. Guarantee better conditions, regulatory bodies, vanguardist, communist, or anarchist leaders, or we will not capitulate. Other interest groups are more likely to select vanguardist, communist, or anarchist leaders when pressured. 5% of the upper strata will become loyalists. I mean, definitely I'm gonna capitulate. Regulatory laws in welfare or labor rights inactive. So this is just like you get free welfare or labor rights, which I guess is like here. Let's do better conditions. Workplace safety office, dangerous working conditions. Yeah. Nice. Oh, I can go all the way up with this. if I get more bureaucracy. The People's Revolution. The following must be true in 5 years. Hudson's Bay has enacted Council Republic. Is not in a revolution, does not secede in countries broken away. The Workers' Republic. Where is this law? Council Republic. 3565. Damn. Like, everybody hates this. Communists, socialists love it. All right, so it might be a bit of a journey to get to that. Is the labor movement like that? I'm starting to think now I got to pull authority out and start like focusing on switching people around. Socialist and communist, positive and reactionary does not like it. So where am I losing all my authority here? Greener grasses, social mobility, and national values. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then I can start bolstering the Communist Party. Communist or socialist? Actually, there's the question. Cooperative ownership, council of republic, command economy, protectionism, graduated taxation, workers' protection, old age pension, and wage subsidies. Versus communist. Cooperative ownership, command economy, state atheism, and collective agriculture. Total separation. Possible character ideologies. Communist, social democrat. Supporting pops. $200 pops. 400 pops. The communists are pressuring the trade unionists. The socialists aren't really pressuring anybody. They also don't have an agitator. The labor movement's good, but like... not really what I need right now. Probably go for socialism over communism. I feel like that's more what I want, right? You just enable social communism to happen. You have to wait for the leaders to adopt the ideology, right? So let's bolster this then. And that's like all of our authority there. Also, apparently, I need more bureaucracy. Kill surprise, kill surprise. Triage. Yeah, it's fine. I still don't understand anything I do here. I mean, I'm not always sure that I'm understanding what I'm doing. I am trying to make the socialists more popular. They have low support, but we like them. We still have the Bytown Convention with France. But it looks like Egypt, the war in Egypt is about to be won. We're also about to get a national militia, which is going to be really useful because I don't have an army. I guess because I'm at war with Austria-Hungary, I can't be friends with them. So let's try to be friends with Prussia in the meantime. Here's our steam donkeys. So I guess you're saying I should probably go for steel frame buildings, even though it's going to take me 3 years to research it. It will fix my construction a lot. Those steam donkeys are effective in all of the mines. So we spend engines and coal, but all of our mines produce more stuff. I know. We're spending things that we shouldn't be. Steel. New South Wales has left the British Empire and become Western Australia. God save the Queen. We have absorbed New Brunswick. We no longer have anything left to absorb in Canada. Great news for us. Okay, the Maritimes have been an absolute gong show, apparently. Suffering from dye works accidents, dangerous child labor, and industrial safety shutdowns. So thank God we've come in here to fix this place up with our good old-fashioned communism. They've got a ton of stuff going on, but this can all wait. We got stuff to be built. Great Britain is supporting our regime. We don't want them doing that. Because I want to get out of here. I want to be in control of the market. I also want Newfoundland. Definitely won't give me that. We have to start asking the important questions. Which is like, how do I break free? Close. I have to have bad relations, which is fine. I can actually start damaging relations because I don't get anything from good relations with them anymore. There's like nothing I need from them. I could ask for knowledge sharing. They probably would do this. It would give me technology. I don't think it affects my liberty desire, but it might. Yeah, I can ask other countries to support me as well. I have France supporting me right now. And I guess the next question starts to become like, I can't do treaties with them. Would you support my independence? See, the big problem is that England is in defensive alliances with Prussia, with the United States of America, and with Belgium. So I need these guys to get rid of the two-power treaty. But they won't do it just on their own. That's a big minus acceptance. Oh, they're antagonistic against me. I thought Denmark liked me. Guess not. I mean, I'm more powerful than Denmark. Not more powerful than Sweden. Maybe Sweden is who I should be making friends with? Okay, Great Britain is just deciding to spread technology over here. They know what I'm trying to do. A joint front? A new power block? Oh, yeah. Knowledge sharing actually reduced liberty desire. I am entangled. I guess because my GDP has gotten a lot better. What about Russia? Interesting. Interesting. Let's start improving relations with Russia. That's real nice. And psychiatry. Wow, look at us go, man. We are really cooking along here. I need a Council of Republic, but I can't get it yet. I need census suffrage, but I can't get it yet. I could elect bureaucrats, maybe. Interestingly enough, the Intelligista do not like that, so maybe that's not what I want to do. Secret police. Agrarianism. Communists. Labor modernization. I want cooperative ownership down here, but I don't have that stuff unlocked yet. And I want graduated taxation, but they're not ready to pass that yet. Don't really want police. We could have a local police force, but I just don't think we need it. Regulatory bodies we've unlocked. All right, we can't really do anything else right now in terms of laws. Our government's a bit of a mess still. I could put the trade unions back in power. I think that would be wise. Wow, that free trade party really seems to have lost a lot of clout. Is this going to upset people? When's my next election? I guess is my question. Or is there a way to know? Overview. Popular Anti-American League. The next election is in 2 years in October. Do I want to wait that long? I don't think I do. Trade unionists, take control. Because then I could probably pass something here. That's fine. Interventionism? Right, until cooperative ownership is unlocked, that's fine. You're good, you're good. Wage subsidies. Empower the trade unionists. Disempower the industrialists. I don't hate that. It feels like universal suffrage we're going to have a really very difficult time to do, but census suffrage, we have a higher chance of passing. 44% chance of stall, 11% chance. We still can't get rid of child labor? I mean, we want to move to compulsory primary school. Right now we have restricted. No child is permitted on a factory floor. What does this say? Social Security. Socialist labor. I feel like this one's a pretty good one we could probably kick. Join the labor movement, which endorses wage subsidies. I'm sorry, are we missing agitators? No. I'd love to get rid of this guy. I don't know how to get... I guess you can't really... Exile. Imprison. Off to jail. Oh, he's a cocaine addict. I do not have protected speech. This would create a lot of radicals. I can imprison him? I don't know if that's something I want to do. Exile, assassinate, imprison, frame for murder. I think let's try to pass census suffrage. Because this will just give us better votes still. 1711 or... Sorry, what was that other one I was looking at? Poor laws, 1711. It's basically the same. This would probably make more people socialist. 1723, though. No, I think this is a higher chance. Fun ones are only for the secret place. I mean, I cannot wait to run an extremely, like, corrupt country as well after this. We're really a different version of corrupt here, so. Great Britain's improving relations. They know what I'm up to. They know what's going on. And again, I am losing government administration. A few more of them in there. Yeah, it's fine. Let it cook. Honk his horn and sentences him to 7 years in prison. Why, that's an illegal horn honking you've done there, young man. Sent into exile. Russia is no longer damaging relations. I don't know that I want to let them build within my country, though. I'm trying to figure out the right way through here. This is like, I never have a time on this. It's just once I get a Council of Republic, we have our revolution. Any interest group is part of the government and is liberal, radical, or market liberal. So once I pass suffrage, at least we'll get liberalism. Change in large-scale production from smoothbore muskets to rifles has ushered in a new era for small arms production in the Hudson's Bay Company. The Montreal Arsenal. Modern rifle arsenal. Or march towards repeaters. I'm happy to make small arms. Again, I don't really want to be making anything for the most part. Trying to avoid war as much as we possibly can. All right, there's all the bureaucracy we needed. Actually, I say there's all the bureaucracy we needed, but what we actually need is lots more bureaucracy so that we can get workplace safety. I'm going to need so much bureaucracy to kick that off. Regardless of the law, the fiercest debates on censorship suffrage comes to these two, the landowners and the populists, stirred by Edmund McReith. Let them bicker. Take advantage of populist pressure. Edmund McIlwraith would become more popular, but landowners and modernization would be dropped. Political movement. Yeah, let's do that. Landowners get even more destroyed here. Modernization gets advanced. So funny how like bright this is and not bright this is. This is so much. I wish I could zoom out more and just keep it in this view. I guess the answer is maybe don't play a country as big as Canada. Don't think landowners have been relevant for 40 years. Yeah, we've really... We really knocked them out pretty early on. So, Prussia. Right, you're in. Sorry, I don't have to improve relations with you. Like, you're in an alliance with Great Britain, so you're of no use to me. What about Spain? Does Spain have an army? Not really. Why can't I make friends with Austro-Hungary? Because they have a truce with me? Can't with the Ottomans either? I don't know, maybe I'll make friends with Spain then. Okay, this is basically neutral, but it's very close to not being neutral. As soon as I can keep requesting stuff from them, that'll keep moving along pretty well. We got the last of our gold mines coming up. I think the last of our gold mines. Yes. And gold fields, so they're still doing fine. Excellent. If we have nothing else to build, then we could build a bunch of welfare offices. Or I could keep expanding the Arts Academy. Not that it makes a lot of sense to do so. Hudson's Bay Food Consortium seems to be doing pretty damn well right now. Gourmet groceries. The positive stage. Hudson's Bay Company has researched philosophical pragmatism, and 10% or more are radicals. And also, we're either Catholic or state atheists. We can create the positivist church. No, I don't think I'll do that. I do love the idea of populating the American West. War wounded. Gourmet groceries. I guess this will just unlock once it unlocks. So I guess we're the only ones who have had the Red Scare, it seems. Nation formation, Canada. Oh my God. How long of this has this been here? Form Canada. Newfoundland, optional. Oh. Canada has emerged as a rising power in Canada. A new day dawns and a new nation rises to the world stage. 25 prestige. Gain a claim on Newfoundland. Oh my God. Give me Newfoundland. No, you won't do it. We'll get there eventually with you. Look at us go. We are officially Canada. Canadian unification. Now all we need is our suffrage to pass. Acceptance status of pops in Canada. I'm just realizing, like, sometimes I open a tab and I'm like, oh, I've never opened this tab before. 10 million lower class, 2 million middle class, and about 40,000 upper class. The petite bourgeois are now powerful. They used to be influential. Now they are powerful. Oh, they went above 20%. The Athabascan National Movement. And the leader of the landowners is retired. Okay. Some of the paper maps are slightly darker. French blue paper map is darker. Oh, in the theme? Oh. Zodiac. Great Empires. Maharaj. I like this Zodiac map. Maroon, blue, royal purple, turquoise. I guess we'll play with maroon. Ornate wood, aged wood, marble, mahogany. Ah, I like mahogany. Tablecloth. Where's our tablecloth? Ah. The important parts. I like this little Zodiac map. It's very fun. Sweet Nerevar, we are the sun and the moon. Ooh, that's some bad market access. Trade capacity, exporting wood. If I built fine art exports, trade centers for wood and fine arts. Huh. Maybe a little more export on the west coast as well, seeing as there's an entire other sea lane over there. Campaign of banquets. Bourgeois-funded raising banquet in Fort Douglas has led to an uptick in funds promoting census suffrages. Fundraising banquets. Universal pop political strength and political strength from wealth. Vast sums of money flowing into politics. Edmund McWraith gets grifter. Minus 25 popularity. This guy is the petit bourgeois guy, who I don't particularly like. So this would make the petit bourgeois less popular. Let's do that. Grifting, you say? Raw goods going into the Yukon are reporting a small spike in good production at our gold fields, which have led to an extra stockpile being available in the state, which we could then reinvest. Standard of living or better mines. I'm going to give them better mines. Sorry, standard of living, but I want Money. I want your gold. So much private investment. People love building in Canada, it turns out. Engines and ammunition. Okay, so we're still like struggling for engines and glass. Glass, I feel like, is not a good idea because we don't have lead, but we do have a lot of iron. So increasing our engine manufacturing is probably not the dumbest idea. Maybe just across the board, honestly. I know it's going to cost us a bunch of money, but I think we can afford it right now. Nice. Great Britain is no longer boosting us. Sorry, where are the Brits? Expel diplomats. Preventing improving relations for 5 years. Britain gets significantly reduced leverage generation on you, and infamy is increased by 10. Maybe? Our liberty desire is up. Oh, it's way up. It's actually increasing right now. I need 2 more liberty desires, and then I can demand independence. And Russia likes me right now? Will you support my independence? What will this cost me? Probably a lot of money. 35. %10 chance. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Britain becomes kind of difficult to deal with if they have defensive alliances with Prussia and America. 270 plus 144 battalions. And I have 19 and 6. I don't know I win that war. Canada world domination? Maybe. Spain's embargoing Great Britain. I just gotta wait for another one of these, like, market control or knowledge sharing to come back up. Open hearths for steel mills. Great. Also, how is our, like, our literacy's up to 72. That's very good. Our state religion is Protestant? Question mark? Edmund McGrath embarked upon a week-long tour of the countryside to spread awareness of senseless suffering. No, I need this to succeed, so we'll boost up the rural folk a little bit. This is going pretty well so far. Unacceptable government. Unacceptable. The Anglican Church and the landowners are marginalized. Somehow the industrialists are still the most like powerful faction. All I do is try to strip power from them, and I never seem to succeed. Canada, France, Austria, and Russia is supposed to balance out GB, but the AI isn't the best at coordinating. State, religion, but church and state is separated. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't even talk to Austria. We're not neighbors, and we don't have any interests in the same regions. I could let Russia build in my country. For 5 years. Are these guys still backing me? No longer binding. I am paying Great Britain $56,000. That's insane. Let's renegotiate that pact. Declined? They're just like, we want more money. Okay. It's fine. The Mets convention replaced the Bytown convention. Yeah, I'm getting scammed here. I could get Russia to back me. It's going to cost me building rights and a 3,000 a week money transfer. But I feel like Russia, of all people, is probably the place I should be going if I like socialism, communism. They were also power number 4. I'm gonna send it. Great Britain took state. Val d'Or Protocol. Here we go. Current Liberty Desire is going up now. I only need one more. Not Tsarist Russia. Well, you know, I guess it's there in spirit. Censor suffraging going into study. Admiral Walker has made a public statement in support of the Free Trade Party. No, I don't like those. Reprimand him. Good soldiers don't give orders, they take them. Angus Walker becomes a politician and a leader of the petit bourgeois. A romantic dockyard organizer. Not worried about our officer pops. We basically don't have an army, so. But that being said, I basically don't have an army. Perhaps I should do something like build some artillery. Expand our barracks a little bit. Get us some more horses. Seeing as we are potentially gearing up for a massive war against America and Prussia and England. While campaigning for support, Edmund pointed to Prussia as an example of how the Free Trade Party would strengthen foreign ties. I like Prussia, but I don't like Free Trade Party. If Mickelwraith loves Prussia so much, he should live there. Petit bourgeois, question foreign connection. 10% chance he gets political murder and is exiled. That's fine. He's not popular enough that I'm worried about that. Collaboration with the Liberal Party. Johan Carlson has secured a deal for cheap and quickly distributed pamphlets. Liberal Party is good. He gets ambitious. Ooh. That makes him more popular and gives his interest group more political strength. I'm going to give him that. We recently just got him as an agitator. He's a utopian admiral. Oh, this is why this is happening, is because there is an election going on right now. Damn, can you imagine if census suffrage kicked in before this election? That would be great. Patrons of industry have lost an insane amount of votes. But the Liberal Party has got like a lot of momentum behind them right now, which is good. Ongoing effort to implement census suffrage has captured the imagination of the Liberal Party, which has added full-throated support of the new law. They are the champions of change. Ooh, 20% enactment success chance or 10% momentum. $45 is going to go up anyway. Also, like, if I elect these people, it's definitely guaranteed to go up. Oh, man, the projected vote is really bad. I don't understand how the petit bourgeois have so much power. I guess it's because they have all the money and we don't have census suffrage. At least all these armies are pretty quick to build. And we almost have steel frame buildings as well, which is fantastic. Enlistment officers, mass conscription, and war propaganda. So I have this big army now. Default skirmish infantry. Yeah, okay, just they're like the best. Mobile infantry, lancers. I'm wondering, like, should I be building more and more of these army units? I feel like probably I should. Like, Saskatchewan could probably field a full regiment. A lengthy speech by Edmund McRaith took a wild turn after consuming a tainted drink. With his incapacitation, the government has lost one of its most effective advocates for suffrage. Wish him a speedy recovery. Minus 15%. Ooh, I don't love that. Scour the vicinity for any assassins. He gets survived assassination, question mark? But I only lose 7%. I'll take that one. And it looks like the election. The Free Trade Party wins 56% of the vote. The Liberals at 24%. Now, we don't love the government right now. Not a big fan of the government. I gotta put these guys in, don't I? I don't want to get rid of the trade unionists. This is the problem. And I have the trade unionists versus, like... I basically have the lower and middle class just fighting amongst themselves constantly. Well, the industrialists would absolutely bonk it. I gotta get rid of the liberals, don't I? Ugh. $30-30. All them rural farmers got rich and now they're NIMBYs. How many days do I have for this? 6 months. What I'm worried is if I kick basically those guys out, I won't get census suffrage. It feels like a last-ditch effort here. I guess I wonder as well, should I be getting more ships? Like, if England is going to attack me, having a big navy would just stop them from coming over. So perhaps we should consider building an actual navy and sending all of our stuff over there before this war breaks out. Because I am ready to demand independence. We've got the backing of Russia and France. We have a government reform waiting to happen. This feels like the cliff edge that we cut a video on. And when we come back, we actually launch into the full independence war against England. See if we can break off. See if we can become socialist Canada. You'll have to tune back in and see. Thank you so much for joining us in the meantime. Until next time.